thing is garbage. Oh, hello. Today, it's time to celebrate the yellow ball that goes waka waka waka. Honestly, I just like to see how the meaning went to conceptualize this thing. So I had an idea. What if we make a game where you have this yellow ball with a mouth and it eats pellets and it has to run away from ghosts.
What is he talking about? Is he too wired on coffee again?
Yeah, what kind of game would that be?
I don't know, but I guarantee you one fact. It will not do well.
So, we've officially reached 42 years of this, guys. So, a couple years after his big 40, we get Pac Man Museum Plus, a sequel to the original, which was a collection which had some of the games in this collection, plus it was based off a horrible TV show. So, the cash in on the Untitled collection Bandai Namco makes is a sequel to that collection, except we have a few more back catalog games and an arcade to play the games in. So first, let's go over the games in this collection. Original Pac Man. Basically, you just can't have a Namco or Pac Man collection without it. Obviously, we all know this one, and if you don't, you're actually living under a rock. It's so simple, yet fun, and easy to play and understand, but can be very hard to master. Yeah, there's not much more to say about this game. It's still an amazing arcade game all these years later. Super Pac Man is a game which parallels some of the gameplay of the original, but has new elements such as growing big, and a lot more emphasis on the fruit eating aspect of the original. In the original Pac Man, you can only eat the fruit when it pops up, but it really only does it once in a while. But here, it's literally this game's version of pellets. You have to collect keys to get the fruit, and it's not as good as the original, but dang, I would be lying if I said it wasn't fun, and that's a merit to playing it. Pac-Land is a dog crap smash stage, but a pretty decent Pac-Man game. Basically boils down to platforming Pac-Man before it actually became a full-on platformer. Because it basically boils down to jumping at the right time, and it still retains the element of beating ghosts. So, if you were worried about that, I guess that would make you happy. But it's pretty decent. I kinda like it, but God forbid that smash stage is the freaking worst. Pac-Pal, it's okay. It's basically Super Pac-Man, but instead of keys, you have cards, and it's just okay.
I do not care if you're a die-hard Pac-Pal fan. I will not be discriminated because of my opinion. Look, I'm sorry, man. I can't...
Pac-Mania is basically a Pac-Man game, but you can jump over ghosts, so you can officially avoid ghosts, which is kind of a great twist. And the view of this game is actually kind of cool and different. And you have different stages, so yeah, this game is actually an alright shakeup of the Pac-Man formula. Pac Man Battle Royale. No, not that one.
Although I wish it was.
It's a really fun game, which you have two Pac-Men go against each other to see who's the winner. And it's actually really fun. If you have a couple friends to play this with, you're gonna have a good deal of fun. Pac-Man Arrangement and its Xbox Live remake are games with rounds, and they get harder and harder as they progress. They both have the same formula, but the remake has different levels. But if I were to choose which one is better, I'd say the original, because it plays better, and even if it is 2D, it looks so much better than the Xbox Live Arcade version, because it just looks so cheap. Like, I can't even bear it, but they're both pretty good. Pac-Man 256 is really fun. It's basically an endless Pac-Man. You can get as far as you want, essentially, and you can get power-ups, such as freezing all the ghosts, which can backfire because they can block your path. A laser is kind of like a power pellet, but it does the job in different ways from it. And stealth, where you can get around the ghosts without them noticing. You also have to escape what's behind you, which is where the 256 comes from. It's based off a glitch in the original Pac-Man if you progress far enough. And yeah, this game is more than worth it. And it was also a mobile game originally, which actually had microtransactions, but the console edition, I would say, was probably the better one. Back and Roll was actually a game that was featured in previous collection as an exclusive game. It's basically a successor to the DS game where you roll around to get enough pellets to get to the finish line. And this one is pretty fun, and this kind of opens me up to the DS game. So yeah, it's weird in concept, but trust me, it's definitely fun. Pac-Moto is weird. It's basically the arcade game Moto that Namco made, but with Pac-Man, where you knock enemies off the stage. It's kind of cool, but it's basically the same thing as Moto, except with the Pac-Man skin. Pac-Man Championship Edition is another Xbox Live Arcade game on here, and if I were to choose between this and Pac-Man Arrangement on Xbox Live Arcade, I would choose this one in a heartbeat. It's basically Pac-Man, but modernized, and it's basically an endurance test, but with Pac-Man. It's insanely fun. Back in Time, it's okay. It's a platformer of Pac Man again, but a bit more of a platformer where you collect pellets. It's decent, but there's one complaint I have about it. It uses the Japanese version, which is baffling to me. When they went for the effort to edit Miss Pac-Man out of the game, they could have used that effort to use the English version. I don't know, it's a baffling decision. But it's not that good in the first place. And yeah, that's it. Yes, there is one more, but I don't have it yet. And I don't care to play Back in Time again to get it, so screw you. So yeah, those are the games. Pretty dang solid. So, let's get to some issues. First of all, input lag can be a huge problem. So in some games when you turn the joystick, it may not even move, or will move too late, and that peeves me off that they made that oversight. The emulation would be perfect if it weren't for that, but it's left to my death in some games, and it's always so freaking infuriating when it happens. Second, there aren't too many extras. Like, sure, we have the arcade, but it's kind of a small novelty, rather than something that's really cool to see, like any other collection in the old days. Like, they had really cool extras, and really felt like, I don't know, a god dang museum? So yeah, those are my two main gripes, but it's a pretty decent collection, and it's definitely worth the $20 price tag. I don't know why they made it $30 on Switch.
You know, this game is pretty good, but you know, it could have had Pac Man World. Why didn't it have Pac Man World? You know what? This game is terrible. No one asked you, Pac and Pal fans.